standing by a piece of technology that looks very bizarre to me that I have never seen before. Danette, can you please tell me something about this technology?
This is an indoor tower garden, and these are light reflectors, so when we eventually have plants on here, the light will reflect off of these things and have like some kind of sunlight on it.
Okay. Karen, I've never seen a garden inside, and I've never seen a garden that goes up and down. I've only seen gardens that go horizontally across. Can you tell me what this shape is about and why it's inside and why it's shaped like that?
The reason why the tower is like this is because it's meant for like viney vegetables and plants.
Okay. And why does it go up instead of across? Because I know viney vegetable plants like pumpkins and cucumbers, they like to spread out and get viney and go way, way across.
Well, these help water the plants, and there's this up here, which is a sprinkler, so it waters the plants.
Okay, so where does the water come from? Because we're not outside, we don't have rain, we don't have a hose. Where's the water coming from?
Well, there's inside of here, there's like a pump inside of it, and it helps bring water up.
Cameraman, can you just look at the pump in the hole so that the people who are watching the video can see what you're talking about?
Well, it's actually it's over here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's called a reservoir. A reservoir is something that holds water, right? So a reservoir of water is in that big bucket on the bottom. And then what do you put into the water, Karen, to make the plants grow? Because plants need water, but they also need other things.
We put like
Can you speak louder?
I don't really know what it's called.
Well, what do plants need besides water to grow? Light. So we have a light source, and Danette talked about the light bulbs. And what else do plants need to grow?
Plant food.
Plant food, which usually comes from the soil. But since we're not growing with soil, we're growing with water, we have to put the stuff that's in the soil in the water. So what's the stuff that's in the soil that makes plants grow well? Nutrients and vitamins. So into the water we pour nutrients and vitamins, and then that water gets to the plants how? Karen?
Through the pump that's inside of
Okay, so there's a pump inside of there, and what's the pump doing to the water that's in the reservoir at the bottom?
it's making the water
There's a
come all the
tube
way up here, all the way
that-
to the sprinkler that will water all the plants.
And then, so let me just imagine this. So there's a reservoir of water with vitamins and minerals. There's a pump. It's sucking that water kind of like a straw through a tube. It comes out the top of here like a shower, and then it showers the plants that will be in these little black bins, giving it water, vitamins, and minerals, and getting light from here. Alex?
What happens to the water that like doesn't go on the plants? Where does it go?
It goes, the water that goes into the plants goes through these holes and then it goes back down into the reservoir. So the plants take the water that they need, suck the vitamins and minerals out through their roots, and then the rest of the water goes back down into the reservoir. So every week or so, we would add more water and more vitamins and minerals to those plants. As they grow and get bigger, they need more water and more vitamins and minerals, just like a human being. When you're a baby, you only need a little bit of food, and as you get bigger, you need more food. Yes? No, but I have a loose one. Take some questions, ladies. Very loudly.
Okay. Is there going to be soil inside the black containers? If not, then how are the flowers going to live? Other than with the sunlight and water.
Well, they're basically living off of sunlight and water.
And the vitamins and minerals that would be in the soil are in the water, so there will be no soil. The job of the soil is being taken over by the vitamins and minerals that we put in the water. And the vitamins and minerals come liquid, like this. So we pour this into the water, and it acts like soil without needing soil. Great question. Where is it going to be placed?
We were thinking about putting it downstairs in the I Hope Cafe, but Miss Barish came up with an idea of putting it outside of our
So I think we're going to have it right by the elevator. There's a plug there because it needs electricity for the light source, and it needs electricity for the pump. And if it's there, it'll get light from the windows, and it will be safe from people like knocking into it or bumping into it, and everyone can see it through the windows facing downstairs.
Alex?
Is the pump like on a
Loud, please, so Aaron can hear you.
Is the pump like on a timer or something?
The lights and the pumps are all on timers.
Great question, Alex. So, Alex, why did you ask that question? What were you thinking that they should be on timers, right?
Yeah,
Why?
they might get too much water if it's just constant.
Exactly. If it's just running, it'll get too much water. And if it's not on a timer, it has to wait for a human being to give it the water, and sometimes human beings aren't around. So the timer aspect of the indoor garden is really cool, because once you set the timer, it's basically watering itself, and once a week you just have to check that there's enough water and vitamins in the reservoir.
You have to set the timer every day, or is it just every, like it stops and then the next day it comes back on automatically, or you have to twist the timer?
I'm not sure. You just twist the timer and then it'll go on and off whenever the timer goes off.
Automatically, yep.
We don't exactly have a time either.
Yeah, we're going to decide. We're going to do some experimenting. So one idea is to let the water run 15 minutes and then shut it for 15 minutes. And then let it run 15 minutes and shut 15 minutes. That's one recommendation that was given to us. We want to experiment with doing 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Because if we do 12 hours on during the school day and when kids and people are here and see that beautiful waterfall and see the plants growing, and then 12 hours off during the time when people aren't here, technically, it's going to get the same amount of water as if we do 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, right? So we're going to do an experiment, and we'll see if it does well. So this is the little basket that will hold the sprouted seed once it sprouts. So we sprout the seed, we put it in this basket goes into the tower, that's what those black baskets are, and then the water and the nutrients makes that seed grow into a plant. The basket has holes for the roots to go through, so as it starts to grow, the roots will go down. And then it looks kind of like a waterfall when it's finished, and I'm going to show you a picture of this. Imagine this with all the plants growing. Each one of these holes is going to have a plant kind of cascading out of it. And it looks like a waterfall of green plants. It's the most beautiful thing. They have it in Disney on a huge level in the middle of Disneyland.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, they have an indoor garden. And the man who built that is the designer of this technology. Last question. Two questions. Last two questions. Nicole.
How does it grow off of artificial light?
Because the artificial light is made exactly with the same elements as the sun. These are special lights. They're called grow lights. Good question. Kevin.
Where will the roots be going since the holes in the cups and will they be going down?
Inside that tube. Yep. And last question. Alex.
What type of plants are you going to grow?
Great question. Our Earth Guardians crew has decided we want to grow the plants that you are all going to be using to cook in home economics next year. So we went to the home economics teachers and we said, what are some plants that you guys use a lot of when you're preparing food? And we got a list of those plants, and most of them were herbs. Cilantro, basil, thyme, thank you, rosemary, oregano, some pepper, onion, and garlic. So the foods that you'll be preparing at home ec will be grown right here in our school by the Earth Guardians crew. Some will be grown outside in the spring and the fall, and then the rest of the seasons we'll grow it inside. Anthony, why is it important to eat healthy, homegrown, non-genetically modified food instead of going to ShopRite to buy it? Why is it healthier to grow it?
Because you never know what happened to the food.
Exactly right, Anthony. You never know what happened from the time that farmer planted his tomato seed in Florida to the time that tomato makes it to ShopRite. They could use bug sprays, they can put chemicals, they can use bad seed, they can do all kinds of technology to make that banana look perfect. So you go, ooh, this looks perfect. I'm going to eat this banana. Fruit is not perfect. If you find the perfect looking fruit, it's probably not good for you. Because it's been modified. It's been messed with to make it look perfect. You want to eat food out of a garden. Whether it's your own garden, a community garden, a farm market, you want to eat naturally grown food so you can be healthy. Noah. Loud and proud, Noah.
Also, it's free.
It is. I didn't even think of that. It's free for money, but it's not really free because you have to work to get it, don't you? But you don't work for money. You work with your muscles for the food. It's kind of like a barter system. I'm trading my muscle for my food. I never even thought of that, Noah. That's so true. You can save a lot of money.
Can I give a compliment?
Why not?
I have to say this is a brilliant idea because, I mean, think about it. They wouldn't have as easy of a time dying because animals can't get to it, and you can grow them in the winter because they won't die from the cold.
And there's no weeding. So if you've ever run a garden outside, it's a lot of work weeding. There's no weeding. Nothing else will grow here except for the plants I plant. Nothing will eat it except for who is supposed to eat it. No bugs can get to it. No disease can get to it. It can't go through drought or flood. It's really an incredibly brilliant design.
It's an amazing idea because we can have crops all around, all year round, because we have a garden outside and inside.
So, have we made an adaptation to our climate by building something that can grow inside year-round? Yeah. We've kind of beat the climate. We have no winter as far as these plants go. They will think it's summer all the time. I'm so glad you're interested. We'll talk more about this as time goes on. Aaron, cut.